The U.S. labor force is changing. One group helping with that, older women. They're working later into their lives, putting off retirement. Tom Gimbel is here, and there are a variety of reasons why this is happening. Hi, how are you?
Always good to see you.
Always good to see you, too. So why are women working longer?
Well, I think we're seeing it in the economy. It's just a microcosm of what's going on. Everything's costing more, right? The interesting fact is 2/3 of every adult over 65 in poverty is female. It's not 50-50 men and women.
Yeah.
Almost 66% of adults over 65 in poverty are women. So how do they support themselves? How do they live?
Have to work.
They get these correct. And we think of everybody, oh, you go to college, either junior college or four-year school. But we're talking about people who were in their mid to late 60s. And what's going on is a lot of those folks didn't go to college. Right? And so now you've got a whole segment of the population, this older female population that's not high earners, when everything's more expensive, and if there's 66% of them are female, they don't have a two-income household. How do you live if you don't keep working?
And you go back to the times when men worked for a long time and then they retired, and women, you know, a lot of them didn't work.
Correct.
They were taking care of their family, or they left early in school, but a lot of them, not in school, but left the workforce early to take care of their kids. But now they're coming back.
They're coming back.
Yeah.
And this isn't a situation where they were working at the automobile plant and they have the pension, right? Or they're working in the government and they have a pension. You're talking people that may be doing retail jobs, right?
Yeah.
Or delivery service
To make
jobs.
ends meet.
To make ends meet.
What about those who want to stay, though? Because there are some who are college educated. They just don't want to go home because they don't feel like, you know, they feel worthless.
Well, and that population is really, they're benefiting just as older men are from a standpoint of, as people exit the workforce and unemployment remains low, people are in demand. So they can come back into the workforce and get jobs. But, and it gets tough because we live in a little bit more politically correct world than, right? So, but a lot of times, especially older women, and if they've been out of the workforce, the confidence isn't as high, and they have a hard time asking for the money that they deserve. And you have to remember this, if you have women who are uneducated doing a certain level of, undereducated doing a certain level of job, and now you've got young people graduating college, and it's harder to get a job for them.
The competition.
Who are you going to take? A younger person who's computer savvy, no problems with their health, all of these instances, who want a job, need a job, or an older person who's reentering the workforce? It's not necessarily age discrimination as it is, I'm going to hire somebody who's going to be more reliable, who's more technologically savvy, and that makes sense, but it's just not fair.
Yeah. Are women's pay getting better, though? Because there have been so many inequities over the years.
Well, all wages are going up. Right? Wages are increasing. However, is there a discrepancy between female and male workers that still exists?
Why in 2020, almost 2025?
You're asking the wrong guy. I firmly believe that there should be equality. And quite frankly, for a lot of jobs, females tend to be more detail-oriented, more conscious to emotional intelligence around the office.
They take care of people.
They're more maternal, right?
Yeah.
And that's a positive that probably should be compensated more. And I couldn't tell you why. Now, I think at a younger age, it happens because females are more inclined, if one of the two are going to leave the workforce to raise a family, it tends to be females. And so that hurts when you re-enter the workforce after 5 or 10 years. Your skills aren't up to snuff, so you're competing against different people.
Right.
But I think apples to apples, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we show the graphic, Allison? I couldn't see it. Okay, let's take a look at this graphic that we put together that gives you an idea of how it's looked over the years. I can't see it because it's 500 miles away, but it gives you an idea of how things have changed for women throughout the years and how things are differing now.
Yeah, the labor force participation rate increases, and it's funny because women should be working. They're equal, if not superior.
Yeah.
You're superior.
Yes,
you're superior.
I know that already.
In every Ray's having a problem over here with this, but you're superior. But I think in all seriousness, we get to this situation that women should be working the same amount of hours and working the same, and then in return be getting paid.
Get paid for it. Thank you very much.
100%. And so it should be fair across the board from contribution and compensation. We'll call it the 2 C's approach.
Okay, okay, thank you.
I'm
Thank
here
you,
to
Tom.
help.
All right, always. Thanks.